45 minutes left. Archangel Michael is trying to reach you, and you always skip this. Don't hurt God by skipping. Something unexpected is going to happen suddenly. Open immediately. Archangel Michael says, I have been trying to reach you, but each time you scroll past, thinking it's just another message. It is not. This one is different. This one carries the urgency of heaven itself, and the clock is ticking. You have only 45 minutes left before something unexpected happens that will shift your entire path forever. He says your hesitation has delayed a divine intervention that was meant to protect you from something lurking closer than you think. Every time you skip this moment, the enemy gained another step toward you, weaving chaos silently into your life. But Michael says, today, right now, you open this on that single action has already shifted your destiny. For weeks, unseen forces have been battling for access to your spirit. Angels have surrounded your home at night, watching as certain shadows tried to press closer. There was one particular night when you felt uneasy, as if someone was whispering your name in the stillness. Michael says that was his attempt to warn you. He says you've been ignoring the small signs, the flicker of lights, the sudden cold breeze in a warm room, the dreams you had of standing at a crossroads. These were not coincidences. They were your spiritual alarms ringing out, and tonight they reached their loudest. Michael says a divine message had been prepared for you for days, but distractions pulled you away each time. The delay was dangerous because something unexpected has already been set in motion by someone who doesn't wish you well. The angels fought to hold it back, but their power is limited until you open and receive the full message. Right now, Michael is standing near you, unseen but undeniable. His sword of light is drawn, and he says you must stay alert. There is a battle you cannot see happening right above you, and the next 45 minutes will determine whether victory fully lands in your favor or slips into silence. Earlier this morning, there was a conversation about you in a place you've never visited. Someone mentioned your name with envy and disbelief, confused about how you've managed to rise above situations that should have broken you. That confusion isn't human. It's spiritual. Your resilience has frustrated darkness itself. Michael says that's why this message had to be delivered now. You were never meant to stumble blindly into this hour of change. Heaven planned to alert you and shield you with divine timing, but your skipping almost caused you to miss the lifeline extended to you in secret. Something has already been written in your favor. A letter, signed in heaven, not ink, was scheduled to be sealed and sent into your earthly reality within hours. But hesitation weakens faith. Every moment you hesitated before opening this gave fear room to grow. Michael's voice cuts through that fear now. He says, I do not speak without reason. I have been assigned to your life because your future carries weight. Nations will be affected by the choices you make today, even if you don't see it yet. That is why I call with urgency, because heaven refuses to lose you to silence. Your breakthrough is tied to a sudden event you are not expecting. It won't be gentle. It will arrive like a storm breaking through locked windows. But storms in heaven don't destroy. They reveal. Michael says this is the moment your hidden enemies will be exposed and everything done against you will be forced into light. You've been watched by more than human eyes. Some celebrated your progress, but others scheme to see it undone. Tonight, one of those schemes is collapsing without you lifting a hand. This is why you had to be reached. It was heaven's plan for you to see the collapse and know who stood for you all along. There was a dream you had not long ago when you shrugged off. You saw a door you couldn't open and a shadow that tried to stop you from reaching it. A dream wasn't fiction. It was a glimpse into this very hour. That door is opening tonight, but only because you finally listened. Michael says, I've been whispering warnings through signs, dreams, and nudges in your spirit. Darkness tried to make you deaf to my call, but now with this message we've broken through. And now watch how quickly heaven moves when you align your steps with divine guidance. There's a shift happening in your surroundings even as you read this. The spiritual atmosphere around you is being rearranged. Where there was confusion, clarity is forming like morning light breaking through night. Where there was stagnation, divine movement is stirring as if invisible winds sweep through your home. Michael assures you this is not imagination. Angels move swiftly when heaven's final warning is heard. In these next 45 minutes, opportunities that were once locked will unlock. Chains that once bound you will break, and news you thought would never arrive will suddenly meet you face to face. But Michael warns, staying silent now would undo this release. You must prepare yourself mentally and spiritually because sudden change is rarely comfortable. Old patterns will fall away. People you thought were allies will show their true intentions. But this is protection, not loss. It is divine pruning for an unshakable future. Heaven has marked this moment as a turning point. Years from now, you will look back and know that opening this message in these 45 minutes routed every hidden trap meant to stop you. Michael says, your life was never ordinary. That's why resistance had been so fierce. But this is the hour when the tables turn. Stand still and witness it. You may feel a strange pressure in your chest as you read this, like your heart knows something unseen is shifting. That's not anxiety. It's your spirit aligning with truth. For the first time in months, heaven's shield is settling fully over you. Signs will follow this message to confirm it's real. Expect sudden calls, unexpected emails, or a knock at your door that feels divinely timed. These are not accidents. They are heaven's way of saying, you finally heard us and now watch us move. Michael reminds you, do not ignore these confirmations. Engage with them. They are part of your divine rescue and will lead you into blessings you didn't know were waiting. From this hour forward, battles that drained you will begin to reverse. The strength you thought you lost will return like fire in your bones. Even your physical environment will change. Rooms will feel lighter and people who carried heavy energy will find it hard to stay near you. Michael says this is because heaven is re-establishing authority in your life. For too long, dark whispers tried to convince you that you were unworthy. Tonight, heaven silences those whispers forever. You were on the brink of making a choice that could have delayed your destiny for years. Michael saw it and fought to stop it. That's why this message carries such urgency. You are not just being warned. You are being saved from a path that would have changed your future. Now, with this moment, chains are breaking. Heaven is repositioning you on a higher ground you cannot yet see. It is already done, sealed by the hand of God Himself. To these next moments, take a pause. Look around. Notice how the air feels different. It's because angels are present. Michael says they've been waiting for your yes, waiting for you to stop skipping the messages sent for your rescue. Now they can fully work without hindrance. This is not just a message, it's a heavenly contract being handed to you. When you open this, you sign your name in the book of protection, guidance, and breakthrough. Michael says your story is about to shock even you. What was meant to end you will lift you. What was hidden will be revealed in your favor. You will not fall. From this night on, nothing that rises against you will succeed. A sudden shift in 45 minutes will set into motion a decade of blessings that darkness cannot touch. You are now under divine surveillance that ensures your steps are unshaken. Archangel Michael says in closing, "You did not skip this time and heaven rejoices." Now watch as your destiny unfolds faster than your fears can run. You are protected. You are chosen. You are not alone. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks with contributions of up to $1.20. Archangel Michael says now that you have not skipped, heaven can finally reveal the depths of what has been happening around you. There are moments in a soul's journey when silence is dangerous, and this was one of them. That is why the urgency pressed against your spirit so strongly tonight. He speaks of an unseen war, a clash of light and darkness that has been raging for months. You felt it as sudden waves of sadness, unexplained anger from others, and moments when everything seemed to fall apart all at once. Michael says these were not coincidences. They were direct attempts to steer you off the divine course laid for your life. Michael continues, "I have been placed at your side to ensure the enemy does not succeed. Yet I can only step fully into my assignment when you hear and respond to heaven's call. And now, because you opened this, your alignment with the divine plan is restored." He reveals that a conversation about your future is taking place even now in realms you cannot see. Forces of darkness are arguing, trying desperately to reclaim their hold over certain areas of your destiny. But at this very moment, because of your choice to open and receive this word, Michael is presenting heaven's case for your victory. The spiritual courtroom is not silent. It thunders with power. Angelic beings speak in your defense, listing every unseen good deed you have sown, every tear you have shed for righteousness, every moment you held on to faith when the world tried to crush you. These were all recorded and are now evidence that cannot be ignored. Michael says the verdict is turning in your favor. What was planned to destroy you will be overturned. The very forces that mock you will witness your rise and be silenced. This is why time was so critical. You needed to open this before the heavenly gavel struck. Even as you read, something is stirring in the atmosphere. You may feel a tingling on your skin or a sudden warmth flowing through your hands. That is not imagination. That is Michael's protective fire encircling you, burning away invisible chains that had attached themselves to your path. In these 45 minutes, destinies are rewritten. The script of loss and pain that was handed to your life is being torn apart and replaced with a divine script of victory. Heaven is not delaying anymore. It is acting swiftly, like lightning slicing through darkness. Michael shows a vision, you standing in a vast field surrounded by shadows. The shadows try to move toward you, whispering lies of failure and fear. But as Michael steps forward with his flaming sword, the ground shakes and the shadows scatter, fleeing in terror. This is not just a vision. It is happening now. Every dark plan, every harmful intention spoken against you is collapsing. Words meant to curse you are being reversed into blessings. Contracts set against you are dissolving. Your name is being cleared in unseen realms. Archangel Michael says, this moment is rare. It is not often that heaven stops time for a soul, holding open the window of grace until they choose to step in. You have done so now, and as a result, no power can shut this door of deliverance. He tells you that in just hours, tangible signs will appear, unexpected calls from people you thought forgot you, sudden offers you weren't seeking, even a stranger carrying a message that will feel heaven sent. These are divine markers proving that what was declared here is already manifesting. Your environment will change first. You will notice a sense of peace resting in your space where tension once lingered. People who drained you emotionally will distance themselves without explanation. Even objects that once reminded you of pain will no longer carry the same weight. Michael says, this is purification. This is the first stage of your sudden breakthrough. Before you can step into what heaven is delivering, everything unworthy must fall away. Do not fear the loss. It is divine protection clearing your path, but not everyone will rejoice at your rising. There are those who benefited from your silence and delay. These individuals, guided by darker whispers, will feel unsettled as heaven lifts you higher. Some may even try to reach out in confusion, unable to comprehend the sudden shield surrounding you. Michael warns, be discerning. Not every outstretched hand is meant to be held. Some are disguised snares meant to pull you back into chains that I am breaking now. The night marks the end of many unseen battles. You will sleep differently without the heaviness that haunted you for nights. Dreams that once tormented you with fear will shift into visions of guidance and hope. Your spirit will wake up stronger, bolder, and unafraid of what lies ahead. This shift is permanent. Darkness will try to return, but it will find no entry point. The mark of heaven now glows upon you, a seal that only divine light can place. No curse, no word, no enemy action can break it. Michael reveals a future moment, a gathering where your name will be spoken with honor. People who doubted you will stand in awe as blessings unfold in your life faster than they imagine. Some will whisper, how did this happen so suddenly? But Michael says you will know. It began here, when you finally listened and opened this message. Heaven celebrates this turning point. Angels are singing over your life right now, declaring victory before it fully arrives. The sound of these songs is felt as sudden joy in your heart, even without knowing why. A joy is confirmation. The battle is over. The blessing is near. Michael says, now walk forward without fear. Do not look behind. Do not doubt the process. In 45 minutes, everything begins to move swiftly, divinely, and irreversibly in your favor. Your story is no longer one of waiting and delay. It is now one of acceleration. Where you once crawled toward destiny, you will now soar. What took others years to accomplish will take you months, because heaven's hand carries you. Michael's final words tonight: you did not skip this time. And because of that, you have shifted heaven and earth. Rest now in divine certainty, for your victory has been sealed and cannot be undone. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks with contributions of up to $1. 20. Archangel Michael says, the moment you chose to stay and read rather than skip, the heavenly clock stopped working against you and began working for you. Every passing second from now is carrying divine momentum. You are stepping into a destiny-altering moment that will be remembered not only on earth, but written permanently in heaven's records. Michael explains that before this moment, invisible barriers blocked blessings meant for you. Opportunities that should have been yours were redirected. Relationships that you avoided were stolen. Yet, even as darkness tried to close every door, angels stood guard, holding just enough space open for this very message to reach you. He shows a vision. A golden scroll sealed with a fiery emblem. This scroll carries your name. For months, it has been ready to be delivered into your reality, but a chain wrapped tightly around it. Every time you ignored divine nudges, the chain tightened. Tonight, by opening this, Michael slashes the chain with his sword. The scroll unravels and light pours out. Words written in heavenly fire declare promises of restoration, protection, and elevation. These words will soon echo in your earthly life through sudden financial openings, unexpected reunions, and doors that only angels could unlock. Michael says, for too long, you've wondered why life felt like a repeating cycle. You blamed yourself for delays you couldn't explain. But now you see, it was a spiritual battle, one meant to stop the very greatness you carry. A battle ends tonight. Even as you read, you may sense a warmth rising through your chest or a sudden surge of emotion, tears forming without reason. That is not weakness. That is your soul releasing the weight it has carried for years. Heaven is lifting burdens silently as these words reach your spirit. Michael reveals that a significant person is about to surface in your life unexpectedly. This individual was destined to cross your path long ago but was spiritually blocked. Your arrival is tied directly to this very moment. Without this divine interception, you would have missed them again. Possibly forever. He says this connection holds more than friendship. It holds healing, opportunity, and a ripple effect of blessings that will change generations of your bloodline. This is why it was so urgent you stopped skipping. Because one moment of hesitation could have erased this divine meeting. The next 45 minutes are not empty. They are alive with unseen activity. Michael describes legions of angels now moving swiftly to reposition circumstances. Like master architects, they are realigning events, altering decisions of others, shifting appointments, and routing plans. All to guide you into the divine collision with your true destiny. Michael says you are not just being saved from danger. You are being accelerated into purpose. What was taken is being multiplied and returned. What was hidden is being uncovered. Heaven wastes nothing. You might notice unusual signs tonight. A sudden flicker of lights, hearing your name in silence, or an unexpected call from someone you haven't spoken to in years. These are not random. They are confirmations that angelic hands are weaving the threads of your breakthrough right now. Michael instructs you to stay aware. In the coming days, you'll encounter choices that seem small but hold major spiritual significance. Choosing peace over retaliation, forgiveness over anger, and courage over fear will unlock treasures that darkness hoped you'd never see. Michael says your life has been under watch, not just by heaven but by those envious of your unseen favor. Some have worked in secret to halt your rise. But tonight, their plans crumble. I have been given full authority to expose every hidden plot and remove every invisible chain. Even now, words spoken against you are reversing. Where your name was dragged through shadowed conversations, it is now being lifted with honor. Where your intentions were misunderstood, clarity is arriving like sunlight breaking storm clouds. Heaven is dispatching a final decree, justice. Michael reveals that situations where you were unfairly treated, overlooked, or betrayed are about to turn completely. Individuals who wronged you will come forward, compelled to make amends. Even institutions that denied you will suddenly release what is yours. Michael says this justice is divine, not human. It will not be partial or delayed. It is coming like a wave, sweeping through every area of your life until restoration is complete. Another vision unfolds, you standing at a great doorway surrounded by radiant light. Beyond it is a vast landscape of abundance and peace. Michael's hand rests on the door handle, but he waits for your acknowledgement. When you nod in acceptance of heaven's will, he swings it open and a rush of warmth and brilliance engulfs you. This doorway represents your new beginning. Tonight, you have stepped closer than ever before. With each moment of faith, you move further from past limitations and nearer to the vastness heaven always intended for you. Michael says, fear will try to whisper as you advance. Doubts will try to rise. But hear me, no force can shut what heaven has opened. No hand can steal what is divinely yours. You'll notice a boldness awakening within you. Conversations that once intimidated you will feel easy. Opportunities that seem unreachable will feel natural. This is not chance. It is divine empowerment pouring into your spirit, reshaping you into who you were meant to be all along. As dawn approaches in the days to come, everything around you will begin to feel renewed. Even the air will seem lighter. Where there was confusion, divine wisdom will guide you effortlessly. Where there was lack, provision will arrive without struggle. Michael reminds you this is not temporary. This transformation is permanent, sealed by the authority of heaven. What begins tonight will carry you through seasons of victory for years to come. The final moments of this 45-minute divine window are near. Michael says this is when heaven completes its repositioning. Angelic armies finalize their assignments, placing shields around your home, marking your path, and securing blessings meant for your hands alone. You may feel a quiet stillness settle over you as this happens. That calm is the confirmation that the battle is finished, and victory is secured. Archangel Michael concludes, from this night on, expect the unexpected, not from chaos, but from divine order. Miracles will unfold rapidly. Joy will return stronger than before. You will walk in light so radiant that no shadow could approach. You have answered heaven's call, and your destiny is now untouchable. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks with contributions of up to $1.20. Archangel Michael says, what you feel now, the warmth in your chest, the tingling in your hands, the sudden silence around you, is not coincidence. It is the moment heaven seals its victory over the forces that tried to silence your destiny. The unseen courtroom has rendered its verdict, and you have been declared untouchable. Michael stands before you in radiant armor, his wings stretching wide as if to shield your entire existence. He holds a scroll glowing brighter than the sun itself. As you watch in this vision, he breaks the final seal, the heavens roar in approval, and light cascades down like a waterfall of gold around you. This light carries more than comfort. It carries change. In these minutes, ancient strongholds tied to your lineage are breaking. Generational chains that held your family in cycles of loss, betrayal, and delay are snapping one by one. You may feel chills sweep over your body as heaven's fire moves through your bloodline, purifying every root. Michael says, it is not just for you. Your choice to open this message has broken curses for generations. Children unborn will walk free because you listen. The victory echoing tonight will ripple for centuries. At this moment, he reveals a hidden enemy, someone you once trusted. They operated in shadows, speaking against you while smiling to your face. Their actions delayed many blessings without your knowledge. But now, every whisper of deceit is exposed in heaven's light. Michael declares the mask is falling. You will soon see the truth. Do not fear it, for it is part of your liberation. What they meant for harm will push you into divine elevation. In the unseen realm, angels are lifting massive locks off of doors you've been banging on for years. Career opportunities, financial breakthroughs, relationships destined to bring healing, all are swinging open at once. The sound of these openings reverberates like thunder through your spirit, leaving you breathless with awe. Michael says this flood of blessings will trickle slowly. It will arrive like a sudden downpour. People will look at your life and say, how did everything change so fast? But you will know the truth. It began when you stopped skipping heaven's final call. Another vision unfolds before you, a battlefield littered with remnants of past struggles, broken arrows, shattered chains, torn banners of darkness. In the center of it all stands Michael, sword raised high, flames dancing along its edge. As he thrusts the sword into the ground, a wave of light sweeps across the battlefield, turning ashes into blossoms of white and gold. This symbolizes your complete victory. Every failure, heartbreak, and betrayal is being transformed into fertile ground for blessings. What once felt like loss is now the foundation for divine abundance. Michael says, darkness will try to whisper again, but remember this moment. Remember that you were not forsaken. Remember that angels fought and heaven won. No shadow will ever hold you captive again. You'll begin noticing divine encounters everywhere. A stranger offering a word that speaks to your soul. The door that opens exactly when you felt it was over. A sudden sense of peace replacing years of anxiety. These are angelic fingerprints, proofs that the promise is real. Then comes the greatest sign, something completely unexpected. Within days, someone significant will reach out, carrying news or an offer that shifts your entire trajectory. This will not be coincidence. It is the divine miracle Michael has been arranging from the start. He says this moment will be unmistakable. Your heart will recognize it instantly, as if heaven itself speaks through it. And when it comes, you will know this message was not empty words, but the very blueprint of your deliverance. Michael describes how your environment will change physically. The heaviness in your home will lift. Arguments will fade into reconciliation. Even the atmosphere around your city will feel lighter as angelic presence spreads. He says this is what divine intervention looks like. Not small changes, but entire atmospheres bending to heaven's will for your life. You may suddenly feel drawn to release old objects, memories, or even connections that no longer serve your purpose. Do not resist this pull. It is Michael guiding you to make room for the blessings rushing in. Clutter cannot remain where divine glory resides. Every space you clear becomes a landing ground for miracles. By removing the old, you're welcoming the new. Unseen future heaven has been holding for you all along. Michael warns you not to be surprised when certain people fall silent or step back. Your distance is not rejection, it's protection. Heaven is creating a safe perimeter around you, ensuring that those who once drained you cannot reach into this new chapter. This separation will sting at first, but Michael promises it will soon feel like freedom. The people entering your life next will carry light, love, and honor you've longed for but never found. Another vision appears, a massive golden scale tipping heavily in your favor. On one side are years of struggle, false accusations, and battles you endured silently. On the other side is Michael placing divine blessings one after another until the scale slams down, crushing injustice beneath its weight. Michael says justice has arrived. What was stolen is being repaid sevenfold. Those who mock your pain will witness your joy. They will not understand it, for it is not of this world but of heaven's decree. As the final moments of this 45-minute divine window close, Michael raises his hands and thousands of angels bow in unison. Trumpets sound in realms unseen, announcing that your destiny is now shielded permanently. You may feel an overwhelming calm sweep over you now. This is not the end, it is the dawn. Everything you've endured has led to this moment of divine sealing. The unexpected miracle is already on its way, unstoppable and undeniable. Archangel Michael concludes, "Tonight, you chose light over silence. Heaven rejoices, and darkness trembles. Walk forward knowing you are divinely armored, divinely chosen, and divinely unstoppable. This is your hour of victory." If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks with contributions of up to $1.20. Archangel Michael says, "The heavenly trumpet has sounded, yet what is coming next is even greater than you can imagine." The divine shift is no longer just spiritual. It is about to manifest physically before your very eyes. You have entered the last stretch of the 45-minute window where unseen forces finalize their assignments. Michael stands in a corridor of light, leading you through what feels like a vast palace of heaven. Every step you take is accompanied by angelic warriors lining the path, bowing in reverence, not because of who you were yesterday, but because of who you have just become through this divine awakening, at the far end of the corridor, a massive gate glows like molten gold. Michael explains that this is the gate of reversal. It only opens when a soul has broken free from spiritual silence and fully aligned with their divine path. Few ever reach this place, but tonight, you have. As Michael lifts his sword and points it at the gate, you hear a sound like 1,000 bells ringing at once. The gate swings open slowly, revealing a river of radiant light flowing endlessly. Michael says this is the current of destiny. What was delayed is now carried swiftly to you by this river of divine acceleration. As you step closer, the river begins to reflect scenes from your future. You see yourself smiling, surrounded by blessings once thought impossible. You witness reconciliations with loved ones, financial abundance pouring in without struggle, and moments where you stand before others, shining as a beacon of light and hope. Michael reminds you that these are not fantasies. They are glimpses of what is already unfolding. The river does not show possibilities, it shows certainties ordained by heaven. Suddenly, you see a figure approaching from the far side of the river. At first, the face is blurred, but as it draws nearer, you realize this is the destined person Michael hinted would soon enter your life. They carry something in their hands, a sealed envelope marked with divine fire. Michael explains this person is a vessel of heaven's miracle. They were delayed by unseen opposition, but your decision to listen tonight has cleared their path. They are now rushing toward you, and nothing can stop their arrival. Even as you watch this vision, in your earthly reality events are aligning. Plans are shifting, phone calls are being made, hearts are softening, all orchestrated by divine hands to ensure this destined encounter takes place. Michael says, within days, you will meet or hear from them. The message they bring will not just change one aspect of your life, it will shift everything. It will be the undeniable sign that heaven's promise has taken flesh. The vision fades, and Michael turns to you with a firm but loving gaze. You must understand, he says, this blessing is not fragile. It will not slip away this time. I have placed a shield around it, and it is bound to reach you. What you need now is readiness, not fear, not doubt, but faith sharpened like a blade. You feel strength filling your spirit. The uncertainty that once weighed you down is replaced with divine confidence. It feels as if new wings have sprouted within you, lifting you higher than ever before. Michael then shows you another vision, a dark, coiled serpent lurking near your past. This serpent symbolizes betrayal, manipulation, and spiritual deception that once tried to your future. But as Michael raises his sword, lightning strikes the serpent, turning it to dust. He declares, every dark whisper, every harmful plot, every hidden chain that tied your destiny to defeat is now destroyed. You will never again walk in the shadows of others' intentions. From this moment forward, you walk only in light. The ground beneath you shifts, transforming into a crystal-like path stretching toward a brilliant horizon. You sense this is the path of your reborn destiny, straight, unbroken, free of traps. As you walk it, you notice angelic beings planting seeds along the way. Michael says, every seed represents a blessing, a miracle, a divine connection that will bloom in its perfect time. You no longer need to toil endlessly. These seeds are watered by heaven itself, and they will bear fruit without your struggle. As you continue down this glowing path, you encounter symbols of past pain, a shattered mirror, a locked chest, a withered tree. One by one, these symbols are touched by divine light and transformed. The mirror becomes whole, the chest unlocks to reveal treasures, the tree bursts into full bloom with golden fruit. Michael explains, your past no longer holds power over you. What was once broken has been restored. Every hidden gift, every suppressed talent, every missed chance is being resurrected and placed into your hands anew. In this moment, you feel tears streaming down your face, not of sorrow, but of overwhelming release. The burdens you carrying for years dissolve completely. Your heart feels light, almost weightless, as if it could float upward into heaven itself. Michael says softly, "This is freedom." Few ever taste it because they do not pause long enough to hear the call. But you did, and now the chains of lifetimes are falling away. Suddenly, a sound like thunder fills the sky, not of war but of celebration. Choirs of angels sing above you, their voices harmonizing in perfect, celestial tones. The heavens rejoice because you have fulfilled the critical moment meant for you alone. Michael lifts his sword toward the sky, and beams of divine light pour down upon you, wrapping you like a cloak. This is the mantle of divine protection, an unbreakable shield ensuring that nothing and no one can derail what is coming next. Finally, Michael speaks with a voice that resonates through your soul. The last second of this 45-minute window has struck. The divine decree hath been sealed. The unexpected miracle will appear so swiftly, so undeniably, that your entire understanding of destiny will change. Walk boldly, for heaven itself now marches before you. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks with contributions of up to $20. Archangel Michael says, "Now, child of light, the heavenly decree is sealed." Yet the story does not end here. It is only now that heaven begins to reveal the physical signs, the undeniable arrival of what you've been shielded and prepared for. The remaining threads of darkness are trembling because their grip has been shattered. He lifts his sword high, and a brilliant beam pierces through realms unseen. This is a signal, summoning the miracle that was delayed, commending it to manifest in your earthly life. The sound reverberates like 1,000 drums, shaking loose every last barrier between you and what was promised long ago. Michael shows you a vision of your current world, your home, your streets, your surroundings. At first, they appear the same, but as his light spreads across them, everything shifts. Invisible chains binding your circumstances snap, clouds of resistance dissolve, and radiant pathways open like golden rivers flowing toward you. In one corner of this vision, you see movement. Someone is traveling, moving closer to you with determination. They are not coming by chance. They are being divinely pulled into your orbit by angelic force. Every decision they make now is guided to ensure they find you. Michael says, "This person carries the message heaven has been trying to place in your hands for months. It was intercepted, delayed, almost erased, but no more. They are bringing you words that will change everything. These words will not just comfort you, they will restore and elevate you in ways no earthly power could have arranged." The scene grows clearer. You glimpse a letter sealed in their possession, glowing faintly with divine fire. Michael explains that this is not just paper, it's a scroll of divine decree that they don't even fully understand they are carrying. When they deliver it, a cascade of miracles will unfold, financial doors swinging open, long-awaited apologies and reconciliations, and a healing of emotional wounds you thought permanent. Meanwhile, in the spiritual realm, angelic forces are ensuring nothing interferes. Roads are cleared, timing is perfected, and whispers of guidance nudge every person and circumstance that must align for this destined meeting. It is not luck. It is not coincidence. It is heaven's orchestration in its purest form. Michael says, by this time tomorrow, you will see undeniable confirmation that this is real. Signs will appear, unexpected calls, a sudden visitor, news you never thought would arrive. Do not dismiss them as chance, these are the footsteps of the miracle making its way to you. The vision shifts, showing you standing at your own door. You hear a knock, not frantic, not loud, but steady and sure. When you open it, there stands the destined messenger. Their eyes shine with something unexplainable, as if even they feel the weight of what they carry. They place the envelope into your hands. The moment you touch it, warmth floods your body. Your spirit lifts, and tears flow as years of silent prayers finally find their answer. As you break the seal, golden light spills from the message inside, filling your home with radiant peace. The words written are more than letters. They are living. As you read, you feel broken relationships mending, opportunities unlocking, and unseen chains snapping. Promises of abundance, love, and protection flow from heaven into your reality with unstoppable force. Michael whispers, this was the moment you nearly missed. But you didn't. You heard the call. And now, nothing will ever be the same. From that day forward, life shifts dramatically. Financial breakthroughs arrive without struggle. Projects you thought were dead suddenly revive with massive success. People who doubted you now stand in awe of your elevation. Most importantly, the spiritual oppression that weighed heavily on your chest vanishes completely. Nights once filled with anxiety become filled with peace. Days once dragged by frustration now overflow with energy and purpose. Michael says, every angel assigned to you rejoices tonight. They fought for this outcome. They guarded you in silence when you didn't even know danger was near, and now, they will continue marching ahead of you, clearing paths, defending your destiny, and ensuring that no darkness ever has authority over you again. You feel this truth resonate deep within, stronger than any fear or doubt. A certainty settles in your soul. You are not alone. You were never abandoned. And from this day forward, you are divinely unstoppable. Michael stands tall, his presence enveloping you like a fortress of light. He raises his sword one final time, striking it into the ground. A shockwave of pure glory bursts outward, sealing your life, your home, and your future under heaven's unbreakable protection. He declares this is finished. The miracle has manifested. The divine decree cannot be undone. Walk forward now, not in fear, not in hesitation, but in boldness. For you are chosen. You are shielded. And the kingdom of darkness will never touch you again. From that moment on, your life becomes a living testimony of what happens when a soul finally listens to heaven's urgent call. What began as a skipped message now becomes the chapter where everything turned, where destiny was rescued, and where miracles became your daily reality. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks with contributions of up to $1.20. Archangel Michael says, even though the miracle has arrived, understand this. It is not a one-time blessing. This moment has written your entire spiritual timeline. What was once fragile and uncertain is now unshakable. The heavenly decree has established a permanent covenant over your life. You stand in awe as Michael reveals what happens next. The light from the scroll you receive doesn't just fade, it expands, spilling into every area of your existence. Relationships long broken start to mend. Opportunities you never imagined flow toward you effortlessly. The divine messenger who delivered the scroll doesn't vanish. They remain as an ally, someone heaven placed beside you for this next season of transformation. Michael says this bond is not temporary. It is part of a divine alliance meant to multiply blessings in your life and in the lives of those around you. Heaven begins restoring not only what you lost, but what your family lost generations ago. Properties wrongfully taken, wealth unjustly withheld, and honor stolen by betrayal all return in waves of supernatural justice. You watch as stories of pain transform into stories of triumph. Michael shows a vision of you standing before multitudes, not as someone desperate for help but as someone radiating light, guiding others to the same path of divine rescue. People approach you, saying, "I saw the change in you. I felt the peace around you. How did it happen?" And you simply smile, knowing it began here, when you chose not to skip this divine message. The choice didn't just save you, it became a lighthouse for countless others, showing them that no darkness is stronger than heaven's hand. From this point, angelic protection becomes visibly evident. Strangers sense something powerful around you and treat you with unexplainable kindness. Enemies who once schemed against you cannot step near you without stumbling in their own plans. Michael says this is the shield of glory. It will not fade. Wherever you go, angels will walk before you, ensuring no weapon can form against you. Your footsteps are now guided by heavenly light. Even your environment transforms. The place you live feels like sacred ground, nights are filled with serenity, mornings with vibrant energy. Dreams no longer torment you. Instead, they guide you with divine wisdom, giving glimpses of victories ahead. The divine scroll continues to manifest miracles daily. Unexpected deposits in your finances, reconciliations with people you thought lost forever, and offers of influence that open doors to bless others all arrive with perfect timing. Michael says, do not forget this moment. Whenever fear tries to return, remember that heaven moved for you when time was almost gone. You are marked by divine fire, and nothing can ever erase it. You carry this truth boldly. What used to intimidate you no longer has power. Where you once stayed silent, you now speak with authority rooted in heaven's decree. You become a breaker of chains for others, helping them escape cycles of defeat as you did. Years later, people will tell the story of your transformation. They'll speak of the day your destiny shifted suddenly, how everything aligned in your favor in an instant. Many won't believe it at first, but those who witness the light around you will know without doubt that this was divine. Michael says, this legacy is only the beginning. The miracle you received tonight is a seed that will grow into a forest of blessings, not just for you but for generations to come. Your descendants will walk in freedom because of what happened in this hour. Even after this night fades into memory, the angels remain stationed at your side. They operate quietly but powerfully, repelling unseen attacks before they reach you, ensuring your path stays clear. Michael reassures you, you will never face another battle alone. The heavens watch over you now and forever. And so, what began as an urgent, skipped message transforms into a story of victory that echoes through time. The 45 minutes that once threatened to be your downfall became the very window heaven used to rescue, elevate, and crown you with unshakable glory. Archangel Michael's final words: you are not the same. You have risen into divine destiny. Walk now in eternal light, for heaven has declared it finished, forever and ever. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks with contributions of up to $20. Archangel Michael says, the chapter is not merely closed, it is sealed with a heavenly signature that will never fade. What happened in this hour has altered the foundation of your life, like a stone thrown into still water, creating ripples that will never stop expanding. The divine rescue has shifted your story into eternal alignment with heaven's plan. Now, in the spiritual realm, the scene grows even more profound. A celestial council gathers, angelic hosts, radiant beings of light, and pillars of fire stand before a throne of pure brilliance. Your name is spoken aloud, echoing like thunder, and with every echo, new decrees of blessing are stamped into your destiny. Michael says, heaven has finalized it. Your name is now written in the book of divine protection. Every step you take from this moment forward will be watched, guarded, and guided by legions of angels. Your life can no longer be manipulated by unseen darkness. A golden seal appears in the vision, glowing brighter than the sun. As it presses into your name, a spiritual roar shakes realms. Demons flee, curses break, and chains fall way across your entire bloodline. This is not just for you, it is for every descendant connected to your lineage. You see visions of future generations, children, and grandchildren walking in freedom you fought silently to secure. They move with confidence, protected by the very seal placed tonight. Some carry great influence, leaders who will bring light into places that were once consumed by darkness. Michael says this is legacy. The miracle was never just about your present. It was about changing history and ensuring that your future will never suffer the same oppression you endured. In the physical world, changes begin rapidly. Legal matters that were stagnant suddenly resolve in your favor. Projects once sabotaged receive unexpected approval. People you haven't heard from in years come forward to make peace, each one feeling inexplicably moved to do what is right. Even weather patterns seem to respond, storms clear, days feel brighter, nights calmer. Your surroundings have become a sanctuary of divine light. Michael explains that the divine scroll you received still works within you. It is alive, unfolding blessings in layers. What you've seen so far is only the beginning. Wealth, influence, healing, and restoration will flow steadily for years to come. He says heaven's miracles are never temporary. They are eternal streams. This river will not run dry in your lifetime or beyond. More angelic warriors arrive, surrounding you in perfect formation. They carry shields engraved with your name and swords tipped with fire. Michael says these are your permanent guardians, angels assigned only to you, never leaving your side. Every time danger tries to approach, they will strike before harm reaches you. Every curse spoken against you will be deflected and reversed, turning into blessings that enrich your life. Michael says walk boldly now. You have heaven's army as your constant companion. Doors will open before you, and even if they close, angels will build new ones in places you never thought possible. You are unstoppable because you are now eternally aligned with divine will. Your confidence grows into unshakable faith. No longer will you hesitate, question your worth, or doubt your path. This transformation marks you as someone who walks under open heavens, attracting miracles wherever you go. Years later, this moment becomes legend. Communities speak of how your life turned around in a single night, how divine favor visibly followed you, how generations benefited from the choice you made to open this message. Michael says, and it will not end. Your name is now written in songs of light that angels sing in heavenly halls. Even after you leave this earth, your soul will carry the eternal mark of victory you gained tonight. Finally, the heavens grow still. And a gentle but powerful wind swirls around you. It lifts your spirit higher, like being carried by wings of light. You realize this is not just protection, it's promotion. Heaven is not only defending you, it is elevating you into greater realms of purpose and glory. Michael speaks softly but firmly, this is forever. Nothing can undo it. Walk as one chosen by God, because that is who you are, this is your eternal seal. If you wish to express your support further,